Yeah, I got the phone call a few months ago to go out and ride in it, and just delighted, I suppose, to be given the opportunity to go out. It's a big thing out there that some of the best riders all over the world you'll see on the night, so delighted to be out there.
Yeah, Wednesday night, 6:30 the first race, because there's 9 on the programme. 4 of the races part of the IJC.
Yep, 4, 5, 7, 8 for the 4 International Jockey Championship races. And great to have young Colin Keane here. He's come a long way in a short time. It'd be a great thrill for him.
Yeah, some obviously world-class riders. Really looking forward to it, and it's always a highlight of the calendar, so should be good.
And Vincent Ho and Matthew Poon, of course, will be taking their places as well, along with Karis Teaton and Zach Pert.
Zach, last year's winner.
Yeah,
all right, that's all on Wednesday night. We've still got 2 more races to get through, though, for Sunday. The Nathan Handicap is next. Second last, race number 9, Wame Friend, Sylvester de Sosa from barrier 10. Back into Class 2. He likes to roll forward. Gunnison, third last time on the turf behind Wishful Thinker. Ugly Warriors, 5 from 6 course and distance. Pick number 1, Blinkers go on. He's 5 from 7. Good record himself. Perpetual Treasure back up in class. 6-time course and distance winner. Bear Slam, the 3-year-old's colt, makes his Hong Kong debut. Used to be called Purser for John Gosden. Mega Red goes up in class. He was behind Perpetual Treasure last time out. And Glorious Spectrum also makes his Hong Kong debut. He used to race in Italy, where his name was Met Spectrum. He was a 3-time winner in listed class.
Won his most recent trial for Zach Pert, and just closing in.
Gunnison's been up at Chung Fa, came back on the 29th.
Yeah, so he probably settles midfield, potentially Glorious Spectrum. Bear Slam, probably to go back from the wide barrier, but Moment of Power, very fast horse over the first couple of 100 metres. Perpetual Treasure loves the surface and is generally right up there. Pick number 1 has shown good speed. Encore Boy, Ugly Warrior won't be too far away either, I wouldn't have thought.
Now, just be wary here. Ugly Warrior is the one in front. Flying Love is the one at the back. They're both running, but the one that's going a lot the better is Ugly Warrior in this particular piece. That's number 83, the one leading out. Pick number 1, I thought this gallop with the blinkers on was quite nice. You can see he's a big boy there on the inside. Was pulling a bit here in this particular one. Perfect Match is another one that's running at this meeting, but you can see the difference in the size of the horses there. He's a nice big horse. And here is Bear Slam, as you mentioned. John Gosden trained him in the UK, did win some races on the potty track as well, and he goes nicely enough. He's by Mizzen Mast, and we have seen that progeny go well on the all-weather before here in Hong Kong.
True.
OK, he was a listed winner on the turf as well, Bear Slam, so he comes with some ability. Gunnison, Moment of Power and Magic Legends, all swamped late by Wishful Thinker, who's come out and won again.
Gunnison's a good little honest horse. He's got a big weight to carry here and an awkward gait, but he had that last start from barrier 12 and wasn't far behind Wishful Thinker. I'm going to sneak him in because he's just an honest little character, and I like that. Of the others, I think Magic Legend's a tricky one. They rode him back there and he actually closed off. But prior to that, he'd been ordinary. Maybe it was the blinkers, I'm not sure.
You prefer all those 3 on the turf, personally, but I haven't got them in.
All right, OK. Gunnison, Moment of Power, Magic Legends. Ugly Warrior, another form, is very, very good here on the dirt, and he's beaten once in his life, in actual fact. Let's find out how he is with jockey Vincent Ho.
Ugly Warrior, Vincent. Good win from him last time out. Do you feel like he's come back a better horse this season compared to last?
Yeah, he just get more mature, and I think he'll get better because he's still quite young last season, and he won very well last time. Hopefully he'll do it as well this time.
He's had a bit of time since then. You've ridden him at the barrier trials, also in work. How's he come through that run?
Yeah, it felt good. At the trials he won easy and still kept his form. So hopefully he'll keep it in the race or even improve.
Looking at the race, there looks to be good speed in the race on paper anyway. Is he the type of horse you'd be happy to take a sit on from gate 4 if you had to?
Depends how the pace pan out, but I think he's quite fast as well. Well, of course, if something goes really, really fast, we'll be sitting just behind them like last time. Yeah.
How much more is there to come from him? He's, as you say, still a young horse, still lightly raced. How good do you think you could be, Vincent?
I always think he have a really good mind, and he can be in the international levels. as long as he's healthy and he's fit, then I'm sure that's no problem for him.
Got a bit more weight on his back, and all the horses he beat a fair bit better off at the weights as well.
Yeah, they are, but he ran 1:7.81 2 starts ago with 133 in Class 3, and that time is very close to De Heer's The Love's track record, which I think is worth noting.
Yeah, and look, he's going to come up very short, isn't he? But he's in form, and him and pick number 1 are obviously the 2 form horses on the dirt.
He's not just jump and run either. He can sit in and close over the top too. I think there's still another win or two in him.
All right, pick number 1's interesting as well because he flopped on the turf last time out, but back on the dirt with the blinkers on. Not sure. Perpetual Treasure, though, we'll look at now. Just having a trial. He's a last start winner.
He won 1 race last season from 9, and he's had 1 win so far this season from 3. And generally, when he gets into this class, it is a little tough for him, but he's holding his form, as is evidence in this trial.
Yeah, he trialled nicely here, didn't he? So he is in form, but this is going to be a lot tougher, this race, I think. There's some nice dirt horses in there.
Yep, he'll be up there early, but I think class will overcome him in the end.
All right, that's Perpetual Treasure. This is Glorious Spectrum from Italy with Lamberto Rispoli in the saddle, so no communication problems here. He's been trialling well, I think.
Yeah, well, the connections have had a lot of success here in Hong Kong. Glorious days for John Sires, won the mile going back quite a few years ago now. I think you're going to make him a long shot, aren't you, Andrew?
I am.
Please tell us.
Well, this is on the turf, obviously, but he's trialled well on the all-weather as well. With Last Kingdom will run earlier on the programme. I think he looks quite well forward, Paul.
He is. He's had the 3 trials. He's 1,054, so he's pretty fit. The only little question I had was his form overseas is a bit longer, 1,600.
All right, we will see in due course. Yep. He's got a barrier 2, which will help him, but Ugly Warrior 2's on.
Yep, I've got him on top. There's no value there, Ugly Warrior, but he is the form horse. Pick number 1 now. He had mucus at his last start on the turf, so clear excuses there, and did pull up lame. So there was a couple of issues there. He's had the blinkers put on him. He galloped okay midweek, so if he's over that lameness issues, he did beat Ugly Warrior fair and square last season, and Ugly Warrior has to give him a weight now. So 3 to beat 4. Encore Boy comes in at a very light weight, and he's going nicely. And Big Time Baby, if they go too quick in front, he can just sit in behind and finish off nicely as well. So nice races, 3, 4, 11 and 9. I'll go exotics because Ugly Warrior's too short.
He is, and I'm not really a tomato sauce man unless it's with my beef pie, as I've mentioned before, but I do think Ugly Warrior's the measuring stick here. He won well first up. At the end of last season, as I mentioned, he ran very fast time with a lot of weight. I don't know if there's a horse in this race that pound for pound can beat him on the back of his best efforts. So 3, Big Time Baby, Encore Boy coming in with a lightweight will run a cheeky race, and Gunnison, even though he's got 11 and 131, he is a very honest horse. I'm going to throw him into 3. 3's the one to beat. 9, 11, 2. If I don't tip him, it's fairly open.
Yeah, clearly he's got the form, Ugly Warrior, but my bet would be each way, Glorious Spectrum there in race number 9. One more race to go, then the 10th. We're back on the turf for that, plus all the best bets. That comes up next.